That's probably why everyone is saying the label's behind it too. There's like so many.
I mean, I'm definitely not helping the narrative.
Atlantic Records doing some shady shit, and now they'll be making millions more off them, and that was true.
Are you in debt to the label? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
And so everything you make...
Millions upon millions, and I'm not going to throw the number out there, but it's way, way, way too much. I'll never make that money back. It's essentially a scam.
Where is this shit coming from? Was this set up by Interscope? The fuck are you?
We know that Oliver Tree had problems with his record label, and just recently in an interview, Logan Paul has spoke about him getting copyright complaints and issues from his record label after he passed away, despite having Oliver Tree's permission to use his songs.
When Oliver was on my podcast, I think the first time, I asked him if I could use his song. And he said, yeah. I said, is your label going to claim the song? You would need to whitelist the channel. Yeah. He said, yeah, we'll whitelist the channel. So then we played the song. And the video was whitelisted by his label. Bro, 4 years passed. Oh, no. Within 2 days, I'm not kidding, within 2 days of him passing, his label claimed that podcast.
That's so fucked.
Bro, how fucked is that?
That's probably why everyone is saying the label's behind it too. There's like so many.
I mean, I'm definitely not helping the narrative, but I'm just telling you that's
it's terrible. That's just horrible. I hope they release the music.
Like, I'm like, bro, that's within 48 hours. The first thing that came to your mind is to go back and retroactively claim the fucking podcast. What the fuck?
There's the entertainment industry, everybody.
Bro, it's cooked.
That is so sad.
It's cooked.
If Oliver Tree's death never happened and he never died in that helicopter crash, people will be bumping his new music right now, which is fully independent and will be going into his pocket, his new creative stuff. But now, because he didn't have a chance to properly promote that album, the record label are promoting more of Oliver Tree because of his death. And no new music interfering, that's been heavily promoted.
I made an entire album, it got shelved by the label. Oh, and by the way, the label forgot to release my song before Valentine's Day. They just forgot to ingest it into the system. And my fans are saying to me, Oliver, your album campaign is so dog shit. The label doesn't even care to ingest my music into the system.
Well, no, who's responsible for that, man?
The higher-ups.
How many people are at this label?
I don't know, but they fired everyone, hired new people. I don't know. The level of incompetence is out of this fucking world.
It's insane. That sounds foolish. You put out you made a Valentine's Day song.
I made a Valentine's Day song about breaking up on Valentine's Day, and they forgot to release.
Me, myself, I had a bunch of copyright issues, even just covering him passing away. They were claiming a lot of material, and he had a bunch of issues with his record label and parted ways, and now they're claiming his old music to make the most out of him passing away. The music industry for you all over. But he was calling them out for a lot of different things up until his passing.
I left my record label, let's talk about it. After making tens of millions of dollars over 8 years for Atlantic Records, they no longer want to support my art because I'm not making songs for TikTok. And after dedicating my entire life to making art, I never got into this to make TikTok songs. I know the effects of TikTok. I've had multiple songs that connected there, but that's not why I got into making art. Over the last 2.5 years, I traveled 82 countries and recorded this album on all 7 continents. These are the types of projects that charge me as an artist. This is why I got into it in the first place. And just because I'm not making songs for TikTok means that the label doesn't want to support the vision. Well, guess what? I don't give a shit. And after you guys have joined together in tens of thousands and sent messages to the label, we have officially reached a negotiation over the past course of a week. My team has got the label to agree to release Love You Madly, Hate You Badly on my personal imprint, Alien Boy Records. You guys, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This music is finally going to see daylight. So support your local indie artists and go pre-order my album. April 24th is the official date. I love you all.
And someone said the worst part about this is his record label is probably celebrating his death for the surge in interest, and they weren't going to make any more money off him now because he had left.
He can continue to come out with albums for 20, 30 years like they've done with Jimi Hendrix songs.
Think of all the streams they just got on his song after the news of his death.
Uh-huh. His death made Atlantic Records a ton of money, and that is unfortunate that Oliver Tree couldn't get out of that contract and release his own music before Atlantic Records killed him.
Someone said, I get where you're coming from, but let's entertain the idea for a second. Oliver Tree leaves Atlantic Records. That is already money they're not making now. Then Oliver Tree starts releasing under his own label. That's money they're losing because the brand that is Oliver Tree no longer belongs to them, at least for future releases. What does that mean for Atlantic? That's $1 million brand that's no longer under control. And in addition to that, any new music from Oliver Tree dilutes the library of Oliver Tree's music with tracks they cannot make money off. Not to mention, if he was to release a track that's more popular than any of these hits, the evergreen content they own loses value after the fact. So I would agree with you, the air traffic accidents do happen, but I don't agree saying it doesn't make financial sense for Atlantic Records.
I did see a video recently where you were yelling about the label, right?
Yeah, they were so dog shit.
I'm parting ways with Atlantic Records. Behind the scenes has been nothing short of a nightmare. I will always continue to make music. Thank you for everyone who supported me. I'm so sorry, and I love you.
Like, you don't owe the money to them, they just take all the money. One cost of making one song a day, let's call it $3,000. So what was happening is the record label too that I was with, they owned that studio. So they're basically funneling money back to themselves with these recording budgets, right? Which I have to pay back 7x because I only make 14 cents on every dollar.
Oliver Tree wasn't the only person that had died in that car crash. There were other victims in this case that we've spoke about in the other videos, and the father of one of them, a YouTuber, had said that they was attacked. He doesn't believe that these helicopters just crashed into each other. Tupac Shakur, XXX Tentacion, there's a bunch of different artists you can go through. Amy Winehouse, you can name all the legends. Their record label has massively profited after their death. The deals you're signing on these pieces of paper, when you pass away, they better benefit your family and not the record label.
When you make like $20 million and you make 80 grand out of that a year.
I know how that feels.
Do you?
I mean, I do, yeah.
Basically, I'm put into this crazy contract where 5 albums, which is, you know, the first album took me 4 years to put that in perspective. Wow. The other ones I've been moving faster.
So it was like a 20-year contract.
Probably like 10 to 15.
Wild. But you think eventually it won't be like that where people aren't
Well, I think they're already shifting it. And I waited on the publishing side. When you sell music, it breaks into 50-50. Half is the masters, half is the writing, which is the publishing. So I held out on the publishing. I was like, I'm not going to be doing this because I want to have something that I own still. And then at a certain point, after 3 years, you need someone to go and start doing like admin work where they're collecting. So now my admin deal that I did with my publishing side of things, and obviously I built it up crazy, but like I got the new wave of deals on the publishing side. So that's like, oh, we only take 10%, you get 90%, and then basically we'll give you like a crazy amount of money as an upfront advance. But like, it's a great loan compared to on the record side. They make $1, I make 14 cents of it. Instead of we make $1 and I make 90 cents on the writing, the others, it's the exact opposite where it's like approximately like 12 to 14% depending on the splits on the song. That's how much I will make on $1. So I gotta kind of like, you could just break it down to 10 points. It's like, you know, it breaks into 100 points, which is 1 penny is a point.
So you're the most underpaid person in the work field.
I made tens of millions of dollars, and this year they started taking better care of me, so I'm grateful. But, you know, it still is what it is, and I did the math, and after the first, 5 years, it averaged out like $80,000 a year of like after taxes would be like how much I made, which is crazy. It's
not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but when you make like $20 million and you make 80 grand out of that a year.
I know how that feels.
Do you?
I mean, I do, yeah.
Many people have different conspiracy theories around it. Oliver Tree is no longer with us, and definitely building up to his death, he was resenting his label more and more. Some people actually believe this is a bit of a publicity stunt with his record label, and other people think his record label was to do with it.
Down here we got the Lunchables. Now my favorite's the pepperoni pizza. If I'm feeling spicy, sometimes I'll get the nachos. Not really a big fan of the ham. To be honest, it tastes like dog shit. I feed it to record execs, my A&R, people from the record label, people that are just scum of the earth.
Obviously, that was Logan Paul's brand there, Lunchley, that he was roasting, and they did a little bit of a roast special themselves to celebrate Oliver Tree's life. One thing that was awkward for Logan Paul is he had to roast Oliver Tree where they were celebrating his life. This is more of a positive moment. Many people gathered together and he had to come up with insults and wanted to play it respectful as he could.
What's up? How y'all doing? And I gotta say, I do Monday Night Raw every single Monday on Netflix, and this is a better crowd than that. Damn! Y'all turned out. Y'all really turned out. They played that song Alien Boy earlier. And man, the first lyric. I fell down to earth. Oliver was a genius. He was ahead of his time. He couldn't have written a more accurate lyric. Oliver, brother, I can't believe they asked me to roast you because you clearly didn't need my help for that. They literally said it was a roast. And look, I prepared a little something, but the tech team fucking didn't have a PowerPoint clicker. I love PowerPoints. They didn't have a PowerPoint clicker. So they made me send them individual photos. There's a bright-ass light in my face, but when I do this, last time I saw you, I was in the middle of a WWE ring, and you were holding signs in the crowd.
They loved me out there. I had all these "fuck Logan Paul" signs, and they were cheering me they were roaring as I walked down the hallway. It was insane, dude. I remember the night before you came to my show, and I was like, I'm gonna try to get him to boo you, and we were in Cleveland, hometown. He's like, bro, good luck. They'll never do it. They started a fuck Logan Paul chant on their own, dude. I was a hero. I came out in his hometown. I was the fucking hometown hero.
You hopped out because I tied your ass up.
What?
Tied your ass up.
Yeah, that was bad, bro. He came on stage. My security had to fucking escort him out. He was acting crazy.
I tied Oliver Tree up in the back. Then I dressed as Oliver Tree and started singing his songs. Which, by the way, anyone can do that. Anyone can sing Oliver's songs and just be just as good.
That's true. I'll give you that.
The music industry can be ruthless and it can be a cruel business at times. When artists pass, they want to monetize as much as possible, and they do because people gravitate into their music in their memory. But Oliver Tree generally had a moment where he was independent, he left the label, and that's when he passed away. This guy had a real passion for music. He wasn't caring about the money. He was actually saying that he was losing money to create it towards his death.
Why is making music important to you?
For the most part, it gives me a reason to wake up every morning. I mean, it's like one of those things. It's kind of like Christmas every day, you know, where like when you're a kid and you're like, oh God, Christmas tomorrow, or for you it's like Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, you know, just like having like, you're just like excited, you know, like your birthday's tomorrow, like that kind of thing. It's like with music, it's like every day is like that pretty much. It's like, wow, I want to get to bed so I can wake up earlier to be able to get going on this.
So every day is like your birthday, pretty much, when
you're me. Yeah. Every day is pretty much a birthday. It's the kind of life I would like to continue to live.
His mother had said that he was actually excited about the helicopter ride that he had passed away in. He had FaceTimed me immediately and let out a huge puff of cigarette smoke in my face. But he was happy and excited about life that day. He was told us he's going to make a helicopter ride to the house on a mountain top the next day and make TikTok and music with his friends. And he loved having epic days. Each one was more memorable than the last. The way they celebrated his life, Oliver Tree would have liked that at the event that they had thrown. A really sad situation overall because Oliver Tree just got creative control of his own music.